to see y'all.
What's up, Jay?
What's going on? Hey, Dan, how you doing?
I am well.
Cool. I gotta get like all TPT set up here. Let's see. First question set. Oh, these are really hard today. No, I'm kidding. No. They're fine. Cool. Mr. Stratford, what's my game code?
I think Rochelle's supposed to be along to scorekeep.
Okay.
So I have not made one yet. If she does not pop on, I will create one.
Oh, pressure. Chair of the Cabal. Doing an observation today. There's a host call calibration form, guys. That I can spill that after the fact. Rate me on my performance. Not good.
Well, everyone gets a net promoter score at the end.
That's exactly right. Might need some work.
Especially the host.
That's exactly right. I need a plus class, coaching plus. Little one-on-one time.
I got you, Jay.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Have you heard about our coaching intensive programs?
Well done.
Or a rapid review. We could just do a 2.5-hour session.
Get it done right away. I like it. I like it.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Rochelle. How are you?
I'm your official scorekeeper. Hello, teams.
I know. I was just lamenting about getting observed by the chair of the Cabal.
Hey, I have never said that I am the chair of the Cabal. The Cabal is a secret group.
Oh, that's true.
Whose membership and management is known only by me and the people who run the Cabal. No, I'm just kidding. Let me
Only
get
know
you guys.
by 90% of KTV, but
Yeah,
secret to the other 10%.
we enjoy pretending like no one knows who we are. Let me get you guys a scoreboard.
So you all should see that Ermin made some branding updates.
Very
to the
cool.
scoreboard. So looks best on mobile, but still fully functional on the web.
Oh, wait a second. It's TPT, Mike Kaplan TV
/ host.
Right?
Yep. .html.
.html. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
I always feel good when I hear your voice there.
Hi, thank you.
Plus one.
HTML.
If only the listeners on the radio felt the same.
All right, I'm saying cannot get /host. Is it / /?
I always screw those up. It's /. It's the one leaning forward.
Okay, .host. .html or /html?
Host.html.
HTML.
Here, I'll also.
Oh my gosh! Look at how pretty this is.
That's all, Ermin.
Okay, Rochelle, the red team. Can you give me your name? What's the red team name?
I have it here. Hold on, please. Red team is Trivia That Never Sleeps.
Trivia That Never Sleeps. And then the other one is Mi Casa y Su Casa or something like that.
Something like that, yes.
Can I just call? I'm just.
Mi
I'm
Casu.
sorry.
Mi Casu.
Okay, this actually looks sort of funny. It's showing up funny on my screen, but I'll share it and see if it looks funny for you guys. I'm not. Oh, game code is 291. Maybe it'll look normal when you guys enter.
Actually, let me ping Ermin just to.
Let me see if I can share my screen.
Looks normal to me.
Looks normal to you guys. All right. How do I share my?
I mean, it looks new, but it looks cool.
So in the bottom of Zoom, Rochelle.
Yeah, I see it.
And then you can just choose that window.
Share screen. Now you're seeing
your desktop. There, yeah, there.
Yeah, okay. And where is?
To the right.
Okay. Duh. See, doesn't it look funny?
It does slightly. Can you on there do? You're on a Mac, right?
I am.
Can you do Apple minus to zoom out once on the window? So hit Apple and the dash or whatever you want to call that key next to the plus.
Where's the Apple?
Command. Sorry, that's old school Apple lingo. I'm a nerd. One more time. There you see how it's. There you go.
Oh, I see. Oh, look at that. It's fancy.
So it's as I said, it's made to display on mobile first, but should display. So it's just a formatting for your web browser. So yeah, that's all it is.
Okay. So I know how to mute myself How do I take myself off camera?
So if you're in the same spot where you mute yourself, there's the little video camera where it says start video or stop video. You would click on that. You see that in the bottom left-hand corner of Zoom itself. Oh, being your sharing screen. Okay. Go up to the top of your window, scroll all the way up, and there should be a drop down for Zoom. Perhaps. She muted herself successfully. Here, you know what I can do? I can stop your video from here.
You're just gonna take control there.
Yep.
There you go.
Rochelle, your video is stopped. You're off camera. We are streaming, Jay. We are live and in Technicolor on the YouTube.
Awesome.
And we are good to go. And Rochelle, so with Jay hosting, and this doesn't make a difference. You don't have to unshare your screen. Jay logs directly into the buzzer, so you don't have to share screen per se. But we're good to go with the setup as of right now.
Yeah, I just keep it there so I can have a second window with just the buzzer, Rochelle, so I can see things on my monitor. That's all. But are we good to go, Dan?
We are, in fact, good to go. I now turn it over
Nice.
to your host, Jay Thomas.
Wow, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody on the East Coast. Good morning for everybody else. We are here for TPT. I believe, if I'm wrong, this is a round 2 match, right? We are in the redemption bracket officially. We've got 2 strong teams here, but both of which trying to fight their way back into the finals, which means, sadly, at the end of today's competition, one of our teams is going to be saying goodbye to the tournament, but not without having lots of fun in the interim, that's for sure. But I'm sure we're going to have a lively, fun match today. We got some good clues, good questions. As usual, some exciting crowd-sourced trivia that's going to come between round 1 to round 2, and we'll get that in a few moments. But first, let's meet the teams. I'm going to start with actually the blue team here because I need a little lesson that I'm going to practice while you're introducing yourselves. So, Casu, first of all, someone who's going to play captain for Casu today. That's as far as
Ray.
I'm for now. Ray. All right. So, Ray, start with A. How do you pronounce the name of your team? B, do a little like Google Translate for me on what the team means and the etymology of the whole thing. And then C, what I'd love is if you guys could each just introduce briefly who you are, what your job is at KTP, and just like pass it to someone else in your team. Just do a quick around the horn. This allows everyone to practice the unmuting, make sure the audio's working, and we all get to meet each other a little bit too. So
Should we
Ray,
test
we'll start
buzzers?
with you.
Jay, should we test buzzers
Yeah,
too?
we'll do that in a second. Go ahead, Ray.
Awesome. So our team is Casu Marzu, Esu Casu Marzu. The infamous Casu Marzu passage from our GRE and GMAT curriculum about the Sardinian maggot cheese, which is always so unsettling but fun to teach in classes because of the student reactions that it elicits. So that's our name. We thought it would land better with a bunch of Kaplan nerds, but a lot of people don't seem to be getting it. So I'm Ray. I'm at the NXT in Orlando, manager of sales optimization here, and buzzer check.
Cool. And toss it to someone on your team, Ray.
Charlie.
Hey, I'm Charlie, KIDP alum, now a marketing analyst. And our team name is awesome as far as recommended YouTube videos. Like when you watch these on demand, you will get some amazing up next videos.
Pretty good.
They are vile.
Good test. Charlie, toss it to someone.
Joe.
Hi, my name's Joe. I am about 3 feet away from Ray at the NXT. I'm a sales support specialist on the admissions sales team. And I think that's relevant information. I'm going to do a buzzer check and we're good to go. And
Cool.
Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy Townsend. I'm also former KIDP. I am a faculty manager now for South Florida and Puerto Rico.
And thanks, Andy. The buzzer test, you don't mind. Very cool. Excellent. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Awesome team of KIDP alums here that are joining the tournament and gone on to advancing the Kaplan careers, which is cool to see. Let's turn it over to the red team. Trivia never sleeps. Who's playing captain for you guys?
We'll say me.
All right. And we going by Rick or RW today?
I'm Rick. I just type RW because it's faster.
Fair
Got
enough.
to shave off that 2 letters.
And give us a little intro, your current role, and then pass it on to your team too.
So I'm regional faculty director for New York City Metro, and I have a buzzer. And Erin can introduce herself.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Erin. I'm faculty manager for Westchester and Connecticut, and buzzer.
Thank you, Erin.
That leaves me. I'm Chelsea. I am the manager for Southern New Jersey. Same team, everything, and I might have a buzzer. This is my first time playing, so we'll see.
So we've got the, yeah, give it a go. Very good. You're set, Chelsea. So we got the faculty management and our old teaching crew. We've got some natural rivalries built up. I mean, not rivalry. That's not the right word. Collaborative. Anyway, but we're going to have some fun today. So Chelsea, this is your first time ever playing TPT. Is that right? All right. So I'll do a quick overview of the rules, mainly for your benefit, but it also helps for those that are watching too. This is fun. We essentially play TPT just like Jeopardy. So we're going to play a full show of Jeopardy. So just like the show, we do 6 categories in round 1 with escalating point values. We don't play for money because we can't afford that. But it's points 1 to 5 in round 1, then points 2 through 10 in round 2, a full board of Jeopardy, full board of Double Jeopardy. This year, for the first time, in between the 2 rounds, we're introducing a new category called Crowdsourced Potpourri, which is 5 questions that are submitted by some of your Kaplan colleagues, and that's always exciting to hear from folks around the org and see if they can stump you today. So that's been a fun little addition, I think, to the game this year. We keep score, obviously, all throughout the match. I will begin reading the clues. You needn't answer in the form of a question. You can buzz in anytime you'd like. You do not need to wait for me to finish the question as they make you do on Jeopardy. You can buzz in whenever you'd like, but when you do, I will stop reading the question. I will then announce you by name, whoever buzzes in. I'll ask that person to please unmute, give a response to the question. If it's correct, you get the points. If it's incorrect, you lose the points. And then the opposing team gets 10 seconds to consult and steal. I'll be specifically calling on the team captain. So Ray for Mikasu and Rick for Trivia That Never Sleeps. And I'll ask you guys if you would like to answer the question, at which point points are at risk. You will lose points if you're wrong on a steal attempt. Or you can, of course, pass, in which case no points are gained or lost by your team. And then we simply move on to the next question. All cool on that so far?
Hey, Jay, are you fine with us consulting on air?
I am absolutely fine with you consulting on air. Trivia Never Sleeps. You guys got a phone line? Or are you going to do the same thing? Consult right over here as necessary in the Zoom room.
We have a side hangout, but if we can talk in either place.
Okay, whatever you're most comfortable with. I'll just you'll have 10 seconds, and I'll call on your response. Would you guys like time to strategize before we actually get into the category to figure out like who's going to answer when? I should probably, Chelsea, for your benefit, say, well, that's relevant. Everyone on the team can buzz in a maximum of 2 times per category. So there are 5 clues per category. If you buzz in on the first and second questions, for example, you then cannot buzz in for questions 3 through 5. And that includes if you get it wrong. So it's 2 buzzes per category. So if you get 2 buzzes and get them both wrong, you're still out from buzzing the rest of the category. It lets us share the wealth. We don't have any dominant folks in any category in that regard. And then you'll be back in the match as we get to the subsequent category. Make sense? So do you guys want time to consult before we get into it, or just play it straight? Either team can ask for time. Otherwise, I'm going to play it straight.
Maybe just a couple of seconds, but we don't need much.
Okay, a couple seconds I'll give you, and then we'll roll. Sounds good. All right. So if everyone is set, then let's get going with this redemption match of Trivial Pursuit. First category is presidential quotations. Presidential quotations for 1 point. Here we go. John Quincy Adams called this, which is father signed, a light of salvation and redemption to the oppressed. John Quincy Adams called this, which is father signed, a light of salvation. It is Ray.
What is the Declaration of Independence?
Is correct for 1 point. Well done. Presidential quotations for 2. In a 1976 Playboy interview, he said, I've committed, Rick?
Jimmy Carter.
Is correct. Well done. I've committed adultery in my heart many times. Presidential quotations for 3. On April 12th, 1945, he asked Eleanor Roosevelt, is there anything I can do for you? Joe?
Harry Truman.
Is correct for 3 points. Presidential quotations for 4. Against Byron's Cross of Gold oratory, in 1896, he said, I'm a tariff man standing on a tariff platform. Against Byron's Cross of Gold oratory, in 1896, he said, I'm a tariff man standing on a tariff platform. 5 seconds. Time is up. We're looking for William McKinley. William McKinley. That was a triple stumper on the show. So no shame in not knowing that one. Last question in the category for 5 points. Presidential quotations. In this collection of essays, James Madison wrote, if men were angels, no government would be necessary. In this collection, Joe?
The Federalist Papers?
Is correct for 5 points. Well done. All right, end of the first round. We've got a score of 9-2 in favor of Mikasa. Plenty of time. Second category is entitled Oprah's Aha Moments. During the original broadcast of the show, Oprah herself read these clues, so these are written in the first person. So I'm going to lightly personify Oprah here and read these in the first person, but they are about Oprah's life and work on television. Oprah's Aha Moments for 1 point. I told my audience about the thing I wanted most in my life, the role of Sophia in this movie. The moment I surrendered to the possibility it wouldn't happen was when I got the call. Andy?
Color Purple.
You get a point. That's right, for 1 point. That's nice. Thank you, Joe.
That's amazing.
Thank you. We have 4 more questions to do that. This is fantastic. This is so much fun. Oprah for 2. We gave some moms a possibly life-saving aha moment when we showed how easily kids could be lured by a stranger who asked them to find a lost one of these. Chelsea.
What is a puppy?
You get 2 points. Yes, a puppy. And welcome to TPT. Feels good, Chelsea, right? I'm going to presume that's a yes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Get unmuted.
Welcome to the game. It's fun. Oprah's aha moments for 3. Several aha moments on the show have come courtesy of this straight-talking Texan. Like, Rick?
Dr. Phil.
Is correct for 3 points. You get 3 points. All right, fortunately, it's only 2 more. Oprah's aha moments for 4. An aha moment is grasping something for the first time. I could see it in this former Growing Pains actress when she realized her drunk driving arrest was a sign she needed to listen to her instincts. An aha moment is grasping something for the first time. I could see it in this former Growing Pains actress when she realized her drunk driving arrest was a sign she needed to listen to her instincts. 5 seconds. Time's up. I'm going to Tracy Gold. Tracy Gold. No points there. Lastly, Oprah's aha for 5. I'd always kept a journal, but often of complaints, not of gratitude. All of that changed for me with this book by Sarah Ben Bretnock. I'd always kept a journal, but often of complaints, not of gratitude. All of that changed for me with this book by Sarah Ben Bretnock. 5 seconds. You were just sick of the awful Oprah impression. The answer was simple abundance. Simple abundance. So we leave Miss Winfrey behind, and we move to our third category in the Jeopardy round, which is new abbreviations. New abbreviations with a score 10-7 in favor of Mikasa. Good match after 2. In computers, DOS, D-O-S, can either stand for disk operating system or this type of attack that keeps users from a site. Charlie.
Denial of service.
Is right. Well done for 1 point. New abbreviations for 2. Skype uses VoIP, which stands for this over Internet Protocol. Joe.
Voice.
Is correct for 2 points. Well done. New abbreviations for 3. You may have noticed the MSG network on your program guide. MSG stands for this New York City, Rick?
Madison Square Garden.
Of course, it is Madison Square Garden for 3 points. Well done. New abbreviations for 4 points. In 2010, she was the FLOTUS. In 2010, Ray?
Who is Michelle Obama?
Is correct for 4 points. And last for 5. Debate raged in 2009 as to whether members of Congress had been briefed on EITs, enhanced this techniques. Debate raged in 2009 as to whether members of
I'm
Congress.
trying to buzz and
I can't buzz. Yeah.
Oh, we got a buzz issue. Was that for multiple folks?
Yeah, mine too.
All right.
Yeah,
Same.
We will pause. I'm going to throw out that question. The answer was, of course, enhanced interrogation techniques.
And very
Let's do a quick buzzer test again and see if this is working. Or it looks like I see some people are out of the actual room. The names are no longer listed. So perhaps we have a bit of a buzzer fail here. Folks want to try to log back into it?
that's what usually we should need to do.
Okay.
Can you remind us of the code one more time?
291.
291. Thanks.
I will write that down should this happen again.
So I just saw my buzzer like flash on the screen for a second, and I tried to buzz, and also on the previous question, I just assumed I got there late, but I just saw it flash, so I don't know.
Yeah, why doesn't everyone log back out and log back in if you can? Just to be safe. And then we'll do another round.
Hey, Rochelle, can you just double check you can adjust the score up and down? All right, cool.
All right, let's do another quick buzzer test. Let's start with Rick. Oh, I guess everyone's starting good. Aaron, Chelsea, Ray, cool. Joe, Charlie, and Andy. Cool. All right, looks like everything is working. The only thing that's interesting is I'm not actually hearing the buzz sound. It's fine. I mean, I can see it on the screen. I don't know if that matters at all. Probably not, right?
I'm hearing it. Do I need to do something?
I don't need to hear it. So no, in fact, I
Okay.
prefer not to. It's annoying as heck.
Okay.
I've got the visual clue on the screen. So
All right. Do you have a surprise substitution for 5?
I certainly shall. I don't yet, but I will in about 2 seconds. If only Bob were here, he could sing the song. Rochelle, do you want to sing it in his stead?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not a singer. The close game though.
Nor am I. Close game indeed, 70-10. Of course, I go to the one board that we've used already. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. All right, very good. So this is a new surprise substitution question. So it is another question worth 5 points. It is a round 1 question. The category for this question only is Who Said It Shakespeare? Who said it Shakespeare? Here's the quote. Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Ray.
Who is Lady Macbeth?
Who is Lady Macbeth is correct for 5 points. Well done. All right. Now we're back to the match. 22-10, still a close game at the 3 categories in, halfway down with round 1. We go to category 4. Category is novel haiku. Novel haiku. I will read a haiku. And who did that? That was hilarious. Someone voicing their displeasure. I'll read the haiku. You name the novel that it is describing for 1 point. Harker is darker. I'm Transylvania dreamin'. Mina is yummy. Chelsea. Got to come off mute, Chelsea.
What is Dracula?
She says with a question mark, but is correct. Well done for 1 point. What is Dracula? For 2. And then you go back on mute, Chelsea. Thanks. For 2 points. Just like the old man in that book by Nabokov, young Dolores Hayes. Andy.
Lolita.
Is correct for 2 points. Well done. Novel haiku for 3. Ultraviolence. Burgess Ray.
What is a Clockwork Orange?
Wow, yes. Clockwork Orange is correct for 3 points. Burgess hits the old milk bar and dystopia. Novel haiku for 4. London, not England. The ghost dog of the Klondike. Here, Buck. Speak. Sit. Stay. London, Andy.
Call of the Wild.
Taking a shot is correct on a triple stumper. Call the Wild for 4 points. And last novel haiku, or as annotated by somebody, novel haiku, yuck. Fiver and Bigwig, tell me about the rabbits. Non-purple hazel. Aaron.
Of Mice and Men.
It is not on Mice and Men. Sorry. 5 points lost. I'll repeat the question, then 10 seconds to steal, and I will come to Ray if he wants to for his team. Fiver and Bigwig, tell me about the rabbits. Non-purple hazel. 10 seconds.
I have no idea.
What do you guys think?
I do not have a guess.
I think it's a Watership Down, but I'm not entirely sure. Should we go for it?
Do it.
And I need an answer, right?
We'll go Watership Down.
Watership Down is correct. Well done for 5 points. All right, 10-point swing. 31-6. Currently, we go to category 4. We'll reset the buzzer if you don't mind, please, Rochelle. And
Okay, it was
36. Yeah.
It was 36. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hold on 1 second? It didn't respond very quickly. Let me see if it's okay. It's fine.
I'm also seeing names that just left again. So the only folks, I'm not sure whose names disappeared, but I'm left seeing Rick and Aaron in the buzzer. for Mikasa, and Charlie and Andy for.
But if everyone tries their buzzer, they're probably working.
Aaron, Ray, Rick.
I
It's
don't have
still
access. Yeah.
no, it still shows as Aaron for me. It's not like clearing.
All right. Anyone who's not working, you go out and go back in. Sorry.
291.
291.
291.
If you guys just hit refresh, there ought to be a button that just says rejoin the same game.
I will say this: a couple, our tech folks, Ermin and the digital media team. This has not happened very frequently this tournament. It's been very reliable. Done a great job with it. So happens from time to time. Thanks for the patience, but we'll get through it. It's pretty good. Must be all the new graphics. You know, it's a lot of strain on the system. Looking so good. All right, I think we're all set. Ready to keep rolling? Category 5 in round 1 is business biggies. Business biggies for 1 point. This is the only one of America's big 3 automakers that did not get a federal bailout in 2009. This is the only one of it, Ray.
What is Ford?
Correct for 1 point. Business biggies for 2. Though it's named for a big state, this firm, founded in 1930, makes a lot of tiny electronic stuff. Rick.
Texas Instruments.
Texas Instruments is correct. Well deduced for 2 points. Business biggies for 3. After Microsoft moved to Bellevue, Washington, this company asked them to write the operating system for their new PC. MS-DOS would soon become an industry standard. Joe.
IBM
is correct for 3 points. Well done. Business biggies for 4. This cell phone company made the radio that relayed the first words from the moon. This cell phone company made the radio that relayed the first words from the moon. 5 seconds. Time is up. Answer was Motorola, actually. Motorola. And lastly, business biggies for 5. A statue of the god Mercury inspired the logo of this tire company. A statue, Rick?
Goodyear.
Goodyear. He says reluctantly, but is correct. Well done. 5 points. All right, 4 to 13. We go to the last category in round 1. Numbers in Latin. As always, there's at least one category that tests JT's pronunciation skills. This is the one. So you are all similarly disadvantaged by the words that I totally butcher. Good luck. Numbers in Latin for 1 point. Triple digits. Centum. Triple digits. Centum. I want the number. Chelsea.
Okay.
Yep, you got it.
I'm going to go with 100.
You're right. 100 is correct for 1 point. Yes, I will obviously say something, a little description, say something in Latin, and then you have to tell me what it is in English. For 2 points, numbers in Latin. A 2008 card counting movie. Viginti Unis. Or Viginti Unis. Rick?
21.
Thank you. That's right. Numbers in Latin for 3. A memorable election year. Duo milia. Ray?
What is 2000?
2000 is correct for 3 points. Numbers in Latin for 4 points. A memorable election year. Octoginta decim e octo. A memorable election year. Ray?
What is 1818?
Incorrect. Minus 4 points. We will give Tree That Never Sleeps a chance to steal. I'll try to repeat it. A memorable election year. Octoginta decim e octo. Octoginta decim e octo.
I'm thinking 2008. Guys, do we want to go with that?
And I will call on Rick if you'd like to steal.
We got to pass. I think it's their answer.
You're going to pass? The answer was actually 1788. 1788. First election, the United States election year, 1788. And then lastly, just Chelsea, just do me a favor. I can't see if you're muted or not, but just to make sure that you are, because I heard you in the deliberation phase, which was fine. Just want to make sure you're muted. Then lastly, numbers in Latin for 5 points. A zip code. Novum nulla duo unus nulla. Rick?
90210.
Yes, that is correct for 5 points. All right. At the end of the Jeopardy round, score is 39-21. Only 18 points separating the teams, and there's 30 points available per category in round 2. So we still got a good match going on here. But before we get to that, this is my favorite part of the match. We get to go to crowdsourced trivia. 5 questions submitted by your colleagues. Now, these are, Chelsea, you're new, and for those, we've only done this once, I guess, for the rest of you guys. These are 5 questions that we've crowdsourced these from folks all over Kaplan. By the way, we're still looking for more questions, so we would love folks to submit them. And just because you're contestants doesn't mean you can't submit questions. We try to do a decent enough job to make sure that the questions that we select for every given match are not given by the contestants. So let this be the official commercial to submit more. These are 5 questions. I do not try to assign any level of difficulty to them. I don't try to rank them from easy to hard per se. They are just 5 questions. They can be about anything and everything, and each question is worth 3 points. So the entirety of the category is worth 15 points, just like any other category in the regular Jeopardy round. So it's 5 questions, each worth 3 points, varied categories, varied levels of difficulty. And the first question for today comes from our friend Bill Keevan. So Bill Keevan asks for 3 points. On May 30th, 2003, this revolutionary aircraft landed for the final time in New York City. Ray.
What is the Concorde?
The Concorde is correct for 3 points. Well done. Second question in crowdsourced potpourri comes from Hannah Flaherty. Hannah Flaherty asks, the family in this show lived at 4222 Clinton Way in Los Angeles, California. The family in this show lived at 4222 Clinton Way in Los Angeles, California. 5 seconds. Time's up. I'm for the Brady Bunch. That's the house of the Brady Bunch. Pardon me. All right. Third question in the category for 3 points. This comes from Martin Kalushkov. Martin Kalushkov for 3 points. Legend has it that this Queen Consort of England and wife of Henry VII is immortalized as Queen of Hearts on all standard decks of playing cards. Legend has it that this Queen Consort of England and wife of Henry VII is immortalized as the Queen of Hearts on all standard decks of playing cards. 5 seconds. No? Look for Elizabeth of York. Elizabeth of York. Interesting. Elizabeth York on every playing card. Crowdsourced trivia for 3 points, the fourth question. And this one comes, and I swear this was pre-selected, from our own Rochelle Rothstein. Rochelle, let's see how you do with this one. For 3 points. Of the 8 Ivy League universities, it is the northernmost. Of the 8 Ivy League universities, it is the northernmost. Aaron?
Cornell?
Oh, good guess. It is not Cornell. Sorry. Minus 3 points. Excellent guess. So blue team. So Mikasu, chance to steal if you'd like.
What do you guys think?
I have no
That would have been my guess.
I would guess Brown, but it is a guess. So
Yeah.
Brown,
Sure,
Dartmouth,
let's just pass.
Yale.
yeah, it's probably passing. It's probably good.
We're gonna pass.
I would have guessed Cornell too. It's Dartmouth. It is Dartmouth. And then lastly, for 3 points, this comes from Kathleen Acton. Kathleen Acton, one of the behind-the-scenes heroes of making TPT run, for 3 points. So proud of its corn production, this Midwestern state has a town named Popcorn. So proud, Joe.
Indiana
Is right for 3 points. Well done. Indiana, town, Popcorn, Indiana. Sounds like fun. They actually sell. They must sell popcorn there, right? They got to be a store, a town thing.
It's delicious, and they should just have some sweet corn too. Like,
Oh, is that true? Oh, you've been.
I'm a Hoosier. That's where I'm from.
Well, there you go. Look at that. All
Jay
right.
will be running for mayor of Popcorn any day now.
That's like an awesome job to have, right? Like relative to like virtually every other town in America, the mayor of Popcorn. That's great. I wish you well. You'll get my vote, even though I'm sure I'm ineligible. Anyway, score at the end of round 1, including crowdsourced trivia, is 45 for Mikasa, 18 for Trivia That Never Sleeps. Plenty of time in round 2. Points are worth double. And we go on to the double Jeopardy round. Pull this up here. All right. And then, a category that's after my own heart here. For the first category is the law. The law for 2 points. The law for 2 points. An application to a judge to obtain an order. A lawyer might make one to dismiss or to suppress. An applicant, Ray?
What is a motion?
What is a motion? Is correct for 2 points. Well done. The law for 4 points. In federal court, as long as you've at least had a hearing before you skip, you can be tried in this Latin way. Andy?
In absentia.
Sorry for bumbling that. Yes, in absentia is correct. Well reasoned for 4 points. 4 points, yes, 4 points. For 6 points, the law for 6 points. This type of witness can give testimony no one else can offer and may be held by the government as a result. This type of witness, Andy?
Material.
That is right. It is a material witness. Well done.
And I'm out.
And you're out. Thank you. Yes. That first is come to play this game. That's right. Andy cannot answer the next 2 questions. And if he buzzes in, your team will automatically lose points. So I'm sure he will not. But just so everyone knows the rules. The law for 8. From the Latin for to bargain, it's an agreement between opposing counsels, like to the admissibility of evidence. Rick?
Stipulation.
Is right for 8 points. Well done. Then lastly, the law for 10. At Law and Order arraignments, the scumbag's weasel lawyer tries to get bail while the people seek this. Rick?
Remand.
Yes, the people seek remand. Well done. All right. 57 to 36. Gap is closing. We go to category 2, the good humor man. The good humor man for 2 points. 2 points. The good humor man who is known affectionately as Uncle Milty. Ray?
Who's Milton Berle?
Is correct for 2 points. Well done. The good humor man for 4. The good humor man who played Latka on Taxi and was portrayed by Jim Carrey on the big screen. Ray?
Who's Andy Kaufman?
That is correct. Ray, those were 2, right? Ray's out. There you go. Good humor man for 6. The good humor man who hosted the premiere episode of Saturday Night Live in 1975. Charlie?
George Carlin.
Well done. Yeah, triple stumper on the show. Carlin is correct for 6 points. The good humor man for 8. The good humor man who provided the voice of Barry B. Benson in B Movie. Who provided the Chelsea?
Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with that? Yes, Jerry Seinfeld is correct for 8 points. And the good humor man for 10. The good humor man who's an avid art collector and wrote the play Picasso at the Lapin Agile. Chelsea?
Steve Martin.
Sure, I butchered that, but Steve Martin is correct as well for 10 points. Look at this. There's the comeback, 69 to 54. The gap is closing. We move on to the third category, which is island hopping.
This is exciting.
It is exciting. Good match here. For 2 points, between 1892 and 1924, most immigrants to the U.S. came through facilities on this island. Ray?
What is Ellis Island?
Is correct. Ellis Island for 2 points. Ellis Island for 4. This island nation is the only one named for a biblical king. This island nation is the only one named for Ray?
Solomon Islands?
Yeah, well done, Solomon Islands for 4 points. And Ray is out again. Getting the first 2 questions right in the category. Island hopping for 6. Most of this island was destroyed by a volcanic explosion in August of 1883. Most of this island was destroyed by a volcanic explosion. Andy?
Krakatoa.
Krakatoa is right for 6 points. Good category for Mikasu. Island hopping for 8. Christopher Columbus discovered what is today the island nation of Dominica on this day of the week in November of 1493. Rick?
Sunday.
Yeah, it is Sunday. Well done for 8 points. And lastly, to close out the category, island hopping for 10. On January 10th, this South Atlantic territory celebrates Margaret Thatcher Day. Andy?
Falklands Islands.
That is right. Falkland Islands is right for 10 points. All right, 91 to 62, a good category for Mikasu, but maybe this next category will be great for Trivia That Never Sleeps. It's entitled, I'm not making any presuppositions here, it's Sex, Drugs, and Accounting. Sex, Drugs, and Accounting for 2 points. An audit of part of a taxpayer's complex records or a free taste of a drug that doctors give patients. An audit of part of a taxpayer's complex records or a free taste of a drug that doctors give patients. 5 seconds. Chelsea?
A sample?
That is the most convoluted clue of all time to get to, yes, the correct answer. What is a sample? Well done for 2 points. Sex, drugs, and accounting for 4. An agreement between a company and an outside auditor is called this, like something ending at the altar. Charlie?
Vow.
It is not vow. Sorry. 4 points lost. We go to Trivia Never Sleeps for the steal. I'll repeat it. 10 seconds to steal. An agreement between a company and an outside auditor is called this, like something ending at the altar. 10 seconds. And Rick, I'll come to you. Time's up. Rick, do you want it?
We're passing.
You're going to pass. The answer was an engagement.
Engagement, yeah.
An engagement, yeah. All right. We go to sex, drugs, and accounting for 6 points. Children's Benadryl comes in this form, like marketable securities. Andy?
Liquid.
Liquid. I'm now beginning to realize how clever this category actually is. That is correct for 6 points. Sex, drugs, and accounting for 8 points. And accountants try to do this. Keep revenue and related expenses in the same time frame. It's also a singles.com. Accountants try to do this. Keep revenue and related expenses in the same time frame. It's also a singles.com. Ray?
What is Match?
How dare there be a TPR reference in a KTP game? Yes, Match.com. Match is right for 8 points. And lastly, sex, drugs, and accounting for 10. Some drugs can affect this, the sum of debit entries minus the sum of credit entries in an account. Some drugs can affect this. Rick?
Balance.
Well done. Yeah, balance is right for 10 points. All right. 101 to 74, still less than a category between these two teams. And we go to the penultimate category, which is Born and Died Science Edition. Born and Died Science Edition for 2 points. Russian-born September 1849, must love dogs. His name rings a bell. Died, Ray?
It was Pavlov.
Who died on February 27th, 1936. Yes, Pavlov is correct for 2 points. Pardon me. Born and Died Science Edition for 4. Born May 15th, 1859 in Paris. Physics was his main radioactivity. Died April 19th, Ray?
Who is Curie?
Is correct for 4 points. Pierre Curie for 6 points. Jolted to life in Como, Italy, February 18th, 1745. Generated a lot of Andy. And time. Sorry. Lose the points. 6 point trivia never sleeps. I'll finish the whole category, give you 10 seconds to steal. Jolted to life in Como, Italy, February 18th, 1745. Generated a lot of static. His electricity went out March 5th, 1827. 10 seconds. Okay, Rick, you want it?
No, we don't want this one.
No,
either.
it's Andy, did it come to you?
No, I'm not.
No, it was Volta. Volta.
Oh.
VOLTA, Volta. All right, Born and Died Science Edition for 8 points. Great Dane, born October 7th, 1885, built atomic models, died November 18th, 1962. Great Dane, born October 7th, 1865. Sorry, Great Dane, born October 7th, 1885, built atomic models, died November. Rick, tell me that was a difference. What do you think?
Bohr.
Yeah, that's right. Niels Bohr is correct for 8 points. I don't know what I said the first time. I know I screwed it up the second, but I don't know if I did it for you, but there you go. And lastly, Born and Died Science Edition for 10 points. Born in Siberia in 1834, Rick?
We're losing, so I'm going for it. Mendeleev.
Born in Siberia in 1834, we obey his periodic law, died in 1907 in St. Petersburg. It is Mendeleev. Wow, great anticipation. 101 to 92, 9 points separate the teams. 30 points available in the last category. We have got a match. And the last, I love it when the last category is a little bit cerebral, requires a little bit of thinking. It's not just random trivia. And that is the case here. The last category is called add a letter. Add a letter. So how quick can we do a little, alphabetic calculation, if that makes any sense? Add a letter. First question of the last category in round 2 of the match in the redemption bracket, 101 to 92 in favor of Mikasa for 2 points. Add a letter to a word meaning an assembly of witches, and you get this word that describes a hoof. Rick.
Cloven.
Cloven is correct. Coven plus L, Cloven for 2 points. 7-point lead for Mikasa. 4-point question. Add a letter for 4. Add a letter to a word for a product of Mount Etna, and you get this term describing a very young insect. Add a letter to a word for a product, Ray.
What is larva?
Larva is correct. Lava plus the R. 105, 94, 11-point difference, 24 points to go. For 6 points and add a letter. Add a letter to a term for a resident of Haifa or Tel Aviv, and you get this surname of a former British prime minister. Andy?
Disraeli.
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
Disraeli.
I just didn't hear it. Disraeli is correct. Well done for 6 points. 111 to 94. 17 points separating the teams. 18 points available. If Trivia Never Sleeps gets the last 2, they can still grab the victory. 2 questions. Game is still in balance. I love it. Here we go. Add a letter for 8 points. Add a letter to a Judean military governor's surname, and you get this low-impact exercise. Add a letter to a Judean military governor's surname. Joe?
Pilates.
Pilates is correct for 8 points. Yes. Pilot becomes Pilates. 119-94, last question of the match for 10 points in what has been a truly great game. Well played by everybody. Add a letter for 10 points. Add a letter to a country in Asia, and you get this former African capital. Add a letter to a country in Asia, and you get this former African capital. 5 seconds. Time's up. Rochelle, I feel like you may know this one. Any guess?
I do not.
Tough question. Triple sum of the show. Lagos. Lagos. Lagos is the answer. Hey, what a great game, guys. Mikasa 119. Trivia Never Sleeps 94. Chelsea, I hope you had an awesome time in your first TPT experience ever, and know that this is a Kaplan tradition, so I'm sure you'll be back for year 11 next year. And we wish the best of luck to Mikasa as they advance.